So next we'll move on to the second chapter of module 3. So this is sequence impedances and sequence network. So one problem from this module is a sure question. One problem may come, or sometimes you can expect some theory part also. So I'll give all the important questions at the end of this chapter. Now we'll see what is positive sequence impedance, negative sequence impedance, and zero sequence impedance. So the impedance of a circuit element when positive sequence current alone are flowing. So that is called a positive sequence impedance. So this is involved with only positive sequence current, and when only negative sequence currents are flowing, it is negative sequence impedance, and when only zero sequence current are flowing, it's called zero sequence impedance. Okay, next we'll see the first derivation, sequence impedance of a symmetrical circuit. So we have to get the final expression for positive, negative and zero sequence impedance. Let's consider Z1, Z2 and Z0. This is not so important, but still there is chance of this question also. So let us consider the three-phase symmetrical circuit given. So the impedance is taken as Z, and you have current IA, IB and IC in each of this line. Now there is a current IN, okay, which is equal to the sum of these current IA plus IB plus IC through the impedance Zn. Why so? Because all of these IA, IB, IC, they will return via this neutral impedance Zn. That's why. So now let us calculate the voltage drop, each of this, that is VA, VB and VC. So VA is equal to IA into Z plus IN into Zn. Now in the next step what we have done is we have substituted for IN as IA plus IB plus IC. Okay, then we have just multiplied and we have get one final expression. Similarly, you have to get for VB and you have to get for VC also. Now for further simplification, we will convert this into matrix form, and it is expressed as the equation shown here, that is VA, VB, VC, one matrix, then the remaining. Now what we do is, next step, we are expressing the voltages and current, that is VA, VB, VC are the voltage and current is IA, IB, IC. Now this we are expressing in terms of sequence component, that is now we have to express in terms of VA0, VA1, VA2, IA0, IA1, IA2, from the relation we have studied already in the previous chapter. And after that, as I have marked these matrices, you have to multiply, and finally you get one matrix Z plus 3Zn 0 0 0 Z 0 0 0 Z. And this matrix form again you are writing in terms of equation, that is VA0 is equal to Z plus 3Zn into IA0, VA1 is equal to Z into IA1, VA2 is equal to Z into IA2. Now you can observe in these equation one thing, that is if you consider a negative sequence current IA1, it is expressed in terms of if you see the zero sequence current IA0, it is expressed in terms of zero sequence voltage VA0. If you see IA1, it is expressed in terms of VA1. Similarly with IA2. From this you can say that sequence impedances are uncoupled. Okay, so from this we can get the expression for Z0, Z1 and Z2. Okay, by substituting VA0 by IA0 you get Z0. So VA0 is what? Z plus 3Zn into IA0 divided by IA0. IA0 gets cancelled, so Z plus 3Zn. Like that only you get Z1 is equal to Z, Z2 is equal to again Z. And from this you can see that positive sequence impedance and negative sequence impedance are equal, and zero sequence impedance is Z plus 3Zn, because the effect of the neutral comes in only a zero sequence network. Now we'll see the sequence impedance of an unsymmetrical circuit. So previously we have considered a symmetrical circuit, and there we have observed that impedances are uncoupled. So let's see what is the effect over here. So the figure shows a system with unequal series impedance. As you can see, we have ZA, ZB and ZC. So it's an unsymmetrical circuit. So current IA, IB and IC flow through it. So voltage drop is computed as VA is equal to IA ZA, VB is equal to IB ZB, VC is equal to IC ZC. And for further simplification, again we write the same in matrix form. And this voltages VA, VB, VC, IA, IB, IC, we are again expressing it in terms of sequence component. But we are not going to solve it in detail. So detailed matrix calculation is not required over here. We stop here and we only see the expression for the sequence voltage. This is nothing but your final expression that you get. But here solution is not required. So VA1 you get one expression, VA2 and VA0. Mainly what we have to observe over here is, see, in the previous symmetrical circuit you have seen that if you have the final equation, say for example VA1 is equal to Z into IA1. So both are positive sequence, current and voltage. Now here if you consider VA1, the current involved with it is nothing but all the three. Positive IA1 is there, negative sequence IA2 is there, zero sequence IA0 is also there. So what you can observe from this is, in this unsymmetrical circuit, coupling is appearing. That means impedances are coupled. Okay. So these are the two effects in symmetrical as well as unsymmetrical circuit. Now let's see the most important topic of this chapter. In order to solve the 10 marks problem, which is a sure question for your external, we need to understand these topics very clearly. Then only we can solve the problem. So it is there in your textbook, but it is so vast. I have compressed it. Only the important parts have been added and this notes is prepared. So the first topic is sequence impedances and network of synchronous generator. What we are going to study here is, for an equivalent circuit of a synchronous generator, how to draw a positive sequence network, negative sequence network and zero sequence network. So for this, first let us consider a three-phase equivalent circuit of synchronous generator as shown in the figure. Okay, and here the generator neutral is grounded through a reactor, okay, of impedance Zn. Now how to draw a positive sequence network for this generator? First of all, let us take the current EMF and impedance with the suffix 1. Why with 1? To show it is positive sequence elements. After this, if you see the difference here from the previous diagram, you don't have neutral current. Because when the generator is delivering a balanced load or under symmetrical fault condition, neutral current becomes 0. So IN becomes 0. Therefore, Zn also does not appear. And if you see the figure A, this is just a three-phase positive sequence network model, and the corresponding single phase network is also given in the right side in figure B. And here in the single phase circuit also and in three phase circuit also, you can see that EMF source we have included, because since a synchronous machine is designed with symmetrical windings, see, this is very important point. The synchronous machine is designed with symmetrical windings, so EMF, it induces EMF of positive sequence only. Means only when you draw positive sequence network you have to show the EMF, not in negative, not in zero. Now we will move on to a negative sequence network. What is the difference from the previous one? Anyway, neutral current IN is equal to 0. and we'll take all the elements with notation 2, Ia2, Z2, and the difference is, as I've told, EMF is not shown in negative sequence network. Okay. Next one is a zero sequence network. Here what we are doing is, if the star point is grounded through a reactance, say Zn, then what happens? Now see, during faulty condition, if neutral path exists, means if the star point is grounded, then we have a neutral current flowing, that is In is equal to 3 times the zero sequence current Ia0. Okay, so In here is 3 into Ia0. So because of this, we have a neutral impedance which is 3 times Zn. So in your corresponding circuit, you have to show, other than Zg0, you have to also show 3Zn. So total impedance here Z0 is equal to 3Zn plus Zg0. But again, we will consider two conditions. First condition is, when star point is solidly grounded, means we are not grounding it through a reactance, we are directly shorting it to the ground. Then what happens? Then your neutral impedance becomes 0, and if you substitute that 0 in the above equation, we get Z0 is equal to Zg0. So if you see the right hand side single phase circuit, you don't have Zn there, you are shorting it. And second condition is when star point is ungrounded. So when it is ungrounded, your neutral impedance becomes infinity. Zn is infinity. That's why we have opened there. Okay, in the equivalent diagram, you can see in the right hand side it is opened. Next one is sequence impedance and network of three-phase transformers. So we have seen in case of a three-phase synchronous generator how to draw the positive, negative and zero sequence network. Here we will draw for the three-phase transformer. Now a three-phase transformer is static, symmetrical device, and for a static symmetrical circuit, positive sequence impedance is same as negative sequence impedance. That means positive and negative sequence impedance will be identical. You can see the equation, Z1 is equal to Z2. And that is equal to what? It is equal to nothing but the leakage reactance of the transformer. So in the problem, if they give you the leakage reactance and if they ask you to find the positive and negative sequence impedance, they will be nothing but the leakage reactance and they will be equal to each other. And figure A and B will show the positive and negative sequence equivalent diagram of this. Now to draw the zero sequence network, we have to consider a configuration. Okay. Now you can see the below diagram, you have a primary side. Sorry, I have forgotten to include the secondary. So you have primary and secondary side, and Z0 is nothing but the per phase zero sequence impedance of the transformer winding. And you have two sets of switches, okay. One set is series switch, one more is a shunt switch. Using this we are going to draw the zero sequence network. And next you can see the underlined sentences are given. So this is very, very important. Based on this condition, we are drawing the zero sequence network. That is, the series switch of a particular side is closed if it is a star connection with its neutral grounded, and the shunt switch is closed if that side is delta connected. Otherwise, they are left open. Now, with some examples, we will see this. Okay. So, you can see a table given here with configuration, winding connection and zero sequence network. This is very, very important. Almost in all question paper, this has come. So I will discuss only the first three. The next three you try to understand. Further doubts you contact me. So see the first configuration. Primary side is star. So when they give star, just see if it is grounded or not. It is not grounded. Okay. So since it is not grounded, that side series switch we will keep it as open. Okay, so that side you can see it is kept open in zero sequence network. That side it is kept open. Now we will move on to the delta, the secondary side. Secondary side is delta. So when it is delta, that side shunt switch is closed. So you can see the shunt switch is closed and remaining switches are open. Okay, now see the second configuration. Primary side is star and its neutral is grounded. So when neutral is grounded, that side series switch is closed, but in the diagram by mistake they have kept it open. Okay, it has to be closed, but in the last diagram they have shorted it. And now coming to the secondary side, it is a delta side. So as soon as you see delta side, that side shunt switch is closed and remaining switches are open. Okay, next diagram, next configuration. Primary side you have star, neutral is not grounded, so the series switch of that side is open. Secondary side is again star connection with its neutral grounded, so series switch of that side is closed and remaining switches, that are two shunt switches, they are open. Remaining you just try to understand. Okay, now we'll move on to the last concept before solving the problem. So this shows the sequence impedance and networks of transmission lines. Anyway, in transmission line also positive and negative sequence impedances are same. So you have the equivalent diagram shown with Z1, IA1, Z2 and IA2. But your zero sequence impedance is different, because what happens is the ground impedance again is dependent on soil conditions and all. So according to Kerson's formula, we are taking a simplified ratio for the calculation of zero sequence impedance. So we take for us highly this zero sequence impedance is dependent on positive sequence impedance, that is Z1. So for a single line circuit, your zero sequence impedance Z0 is equal to 2 times Z1, and for a double line circuit Z0 is equal to 5.5 Z1. So all of these relations we have to keep in mind before solving the problem. Okay.